Yo diga mínima que empiecen ahorita, pero estoy en mute. Dos cosas
Okay, hello. So welcome everybody. We are live right now. Thank you for joining and thank you for being part of this stream. This is a very special stream that we have organized on Metapool. We are excited and hyped about sharing the people with whom we are collaborating right now. I first want to introduce myself. I'm Alan. I'm right now head of Node Runners program that we have at Metapool. I'm also leading all the efforts around the ambassadors program that we have on the protocol. And right now we have a really interesting guest that for this stream that will share how they are interacting and making their introduction around blockchains, and right now with NIR protocol is what we are going to talk about. So, brief introduction. I think that we have many companies around the world that are interested to become part of Web3. And being part of Web3 have many ways on how you can be part of it. But right now, what we have on Metapool is the opportunity to support any company that is interested to become part of Web3, to get them on board by providing security to the different networks of blockchain that we have right now on our liquid staking solutions. So this stream is called IT Titans. So IT Titans means because we have big companies that get involved inside of Web3. This has been long discussions, conversations about how they can get on board inside of Web3. And it is not as well, right now we have the results, but it is a long journey to make this possible because we have to deal with the different processes that we have inside of the corporations to make this possible. So right now we have 3 guests, and I think Benjamin, you finally did it. So thank you, Benjamin, for making this possible. So we have three guests for this stream. We are going to be talking in the next coming hours in the next coming hour about the role that they are taking right now as being a node runner inside of NIR protocol. So I firstly want to welcome Benjamin Balzer. Benjamin Balzer is Web3 Growth Manager at Deutsche Telekom. Benjamin, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope you can hear me well. I had some problems with our VPN, but now everything is running good, and I hope you can hear me well. Yeah, thanks for having me here. Should I give you like an introduction and then start, or?
Yeah, I think that Benjamin, if you can take the chance and give us a brief introduction of you and your role at Deutsche Telekom.
Yeah, of course. I'm Benjamin, part of the Web3 team of Deutsche Telekom, and I work here since 2.5 years. And I'm head of growth. I'm taking care of working together with our foundations, as well as since we've learned in Web3, community is super excited to be here and to get to learn more about you guys, and also telling our story. And how we started is basically a lot of years back. I think it was in 2017. Actually, we started with blockchain use cases, proof of concepts together with our clients, running on Hyperledger, on permissioned blockchains. And we learned back in the days that the technology to support like broader use cases. So we needed some more time to learn that we go back to our mission to support public infrastructure. Back what we did with telephone, with internet landlines. We learned that we need to bring our brand into the Web3 space. And yeah, we did this in 2020. So how we did this, we started early on with becoming partners with Chainlink, but not just becoming partners. We were part of the development as well, like our dev team code all day, learning how the e-tech is running and how we can bring our technology and our trust into Web3. And from there on, we moved towards the cause like Polkadot, Polygon, Energy Web. And yeah, super happy to be partnered with Near and Metapool as well. Yeah, and since 1 or 2 years, we also brought in some more community initiatives because we think this is really valuable. For example, next week we are hosting our event in Berlin at our tech incubator, which is pretty cool. And so our mission is bringing the trusted infrastructure into Web3, our brand. So community knows, oh, Deutsche Telekom, I have a phone contract with them. Why not staking with them? Yeah, we are looking forward for many more use cases. And during the last time frame, we learned that the infrastructure back in the days was not really scalable, but now we are getting there. So AI agents can run faster, transactions can happen way faster. There are privacy features and so much more components which you need to have like big infrastructure and applications running. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, really exciting to hear all of what you're sharing right now. So welcome, Benjamin, and thank you for being here. We are going next with David Palmer. David Palmer is head of innovation at PayPoint. PayPoint is a joint venture made by Vodafone and Sumitomo. So, David, thank you for being here. Can you introduce yourself and talk a bit about PayPoint and your role at PayPoint?
Hi, really excited to be on this panel today. I think it's exciting to have so many sort of enterprise organizations on the panel, to do with a layer 1 blockchain protocol. It would have been unthinkable sort of 5-6 years ago. So really exciting. So first of all, I'm the Chief Information Officer and co-founder of PayPoint by Vodafone. So PayPoint by Vodafone is a startup, a corporate venture startup, which really is looking after a lot of the Web3 activity from Vodafone. Back in the day, I think we started looking at blockchain in 2017. And really the task then, and Benjamin May and the guys at DT will probably hear this out, was to look at anything that had the word blockchain and telecoms. And there were about 4 examples of telecoms. I think it was AT&T, Orange, and another few that were doing anything at all to do with blockchain. And they were really internal use cases, right? So we had 4 use cases at Vodafone that we were going to take to MVP, minimum viable product. And the one that launched PayPoint, which was an IoT use case, basically using blockchain as a market maker, identity and payments, was the one that took off. So I've been involved in that. I'm a founder, ideator of the solution. But more importantly, we're very excited to be working with layer 1s like Near, because this is about integration, right? It's about ecosystems and integration as we move, to build this new digital infrastructure for a new digital world. So really exciting and looking forward to the panel discussion today.
Estás muteado, Alan. You are in mute, Alan.
Oh, so sorry. This happens more often than expected. So, and well, we also have with us, and he announced him by himself, Juan Jose Miranda, JJ for the friends. So JJ, welcome. He is part of NTT Data Europe and Latam. He's digital director of digital technology at NTT Data. So welcome, JJ. Can you introduce yourself and also talk a bit about NTT Data?
No, thank you very much, Alan. It's a pleasure to me to share this amazing panel with David and Benjamin and with you. I'm Juan Jose Miranda, JJ or JJ in Spanish or in Japanese. I'm part of the Digital Technology Innovation Labs. We are a network of innovation labs around the world in NTT Data. NTT Data is a big consultancy company, Japanese consultancy company around the world. We are in more than 60 countries. And I'm now, my headquarters is in Peru, the gastronomical capital of the world. And I'm responsible for all Web3, blockchain, distributed layer technologies, and crypto economy value offering around NTT Data in the IBO cluster. It's all Latin America's country, Mexico, Brazil, Spain, Portugal, France, Benelux countries now, and international organizations. And for me, it's amazing to try to help our big corporate clients to put the footprint in Web3 spaces and Web3 scenarios. I mean, I have been in the rabbit hole since 2011, and it's incredible the advance of Web3 initiative in these last years. Not only for sharing values, a lot of use cases, real use cases in a big corporate clients in NTT Data. And it's a pleasure to me to share this panel with you today.
Okay, welcome JJ and welcome you all. Thank you for spending your time with us. It's really appreciated that all the effort that you make for being part of this panel. And for the audience that is hearing us on our different platforms, first thing, help us sharing and help us sharing and reach more and help us reach more community to know more about what we are doing with these IT titans that we have on this panel. And second of all, I have a comment that is many times we think that Web3 is mostly about initial startups that are proposing value inside of the ecosystem. But right now we are seeing big corporates or efforts from big corporates to reach Web3 and to make and to provide more value to their own clients. So it's really exciting to have all of these names getting involved inside of Web3. So that's something that in what we take lead, and we're inviting right now, and this is an announcement, at Metapool, we are inviting more corporates and more enterprises and more companies to join Web3 and to be part of the Node Runners journey that we have prepared for you on the different programs that we will be announcing soon on the coming weeks. So following with our agenda, we have a set of questions that we're going to be delivering to our guests. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments. We have our backstage team that is reading all the questions that we have, so we can share it with our guests and make this a more interactive session with all of you. So we're moving to know, well, the question is why, because that's something that is interesting. Why a corporation put their time on becoming part of Web3 with NIR protocol? So I think we already mentioned a couple of the reasons why these organizations join Web3. But at this point, David, I want to ask you, what attracted you and your team to join and be part of the NIR ecosystem as a node runner on it?
Yeah. So first of all, I'll say that we were in Web3 from 2018, right? So we were doing PLCs from 2018, and like many enterprises, we took the permission blockchain route because it was the only one that could get through privacy and security issues we had in the enterprise back then. In terms of of NEAR and validating, we see it as a first step, right? So just becoming a validator on NEAR, of course, means that our ecosystems are integrated, and it means that we're part of that. But we see this as just the first step to building applications and building on them with NEAR as a layer one. That is why we work with top protocols, NEAR being a top protocol listed on the major exchanges, which is of course critical for us. And we're also looking at key things like TPS and the ability to integrate and how the layer one is set up. So all of those things sort of tick the boxes for us to work, but also part of it is strategy, right? So I think it's interesting that you've got 3 big enterprise companies on the panel today, and what that shows is that we are building this new digital infrastructure for a new digital world, and part of that will be Web3 as well as telecoms infrastructure and data center infrastructure, and this is just the first step to that integration, right? It's the first step. Where you have 2 telecoms and a data company wanting to work with a layer one protocol like NEAR, because in the future a lot of the solutions will require the capabilities of a layer one blockchain, especially as we move into AI.
Awesome, fantastic to hear, Benjamin. I want to follow this discussion with you. So I want to ask if you, as Deutsche Telekom, do you have like a checkmark list of things that you see when you are joining a new protocol or a new blockchain network, and how those any protocol fits that checkmark list to make you possible to participate on new protocol?
Yes, of course. When we are looking out for a network, we want to see networks which are aligning with our vision. Like we as Deutsche Telekom, we are connecting millions of people, and we want to secure networks which are doing the same. So NEAR has a huge community. A lot of building is ongoing, and also our AI first approach is like really, we see a connection here. But as David mentioned before, this is the first step, right? Ask like, why does it take you so long to build use cases? So yeah, we have a huge responsibility. We have to take our first step. We need to see how they're running. We build our infrastructure, and we're using our own tech stack, like the Open Telecom Cloud, and we need to learn how is this ecosystem running, what is getting built, and this takes a lot of time. And our next step is building apps, and we need to check on all those things, like David mentioned, the transactions per second, privacy features, and possible use cases which are getting built. So we factors here into account, and but I think the alignment with our vision, the work, and also how active is the community. So when we're hosting events, how can we build hackathons together? Like it's a pretty good question, and I'm really interested to hear what Jose, what you have in mind here.
Okay, yeah, I think the JJ have some answer also for this question. So, what make what make NTT Data choosing new protocol as a good option for developing products for your clients, JJ? Can you tell us?
Yes. For me, I'm fan of the public blockchains, because for me is the future. The future is public blockchains. And I'm very fan of Rust blockchains with Substrate, and Rust it's a very interesting protocol using Rust, just using the own version of Substrate, but it's very interesting. I think it's the first blockchain capable to join AI agents and blockchain, and try to develop very interesting new machine-to-machine economy, or the future of customer machines, because join AI agents with blockchain and distributed ledger technology capable to own that agent's crypto tokens, fungible or non-fungible, it's very interesting for me. And in the technical perspective, for me, near it's amazing blockchain technology, and our main focus in the Digital Technology Innovation Lab is to put a lot of awareness around Web3 scenarios with our clients, mainly the innovation directors, for example, or product owners, and put not only POCs. We are capable to put MVPs using cryptography technologies and with a lot of use cases. That trusted layer for immute a lot of things using DLTs, using blockchains. But for me, near protocol, it's a very interesting project. We are very agnostic. We use a lot of other blockchains, but for us, near it's amazing because I think near understand in a fast way. We need, for example, for the enterprise node operators, put other companies without Web3 spaces and put validators in that companies. It's amazing because it's a trusted scenarios, and that is incredible. And NTT Data is the first consultancy company with a near node validator running in our servers, and that's incredible for me.
Well, that's also exciting for us at Metapool, and I want to talk a bit about the role that we take on this. Since almost, well, it's been almost, well, the first conversation about making programs for supporting enterprise to enter new protocol started 2 years ago. So that was our first interaction or our first proposal that we made to NIR Foundation. So the proposal was give us the chance to invite all of kind of enterprises that are interested to join this Web3 ecosystem through NIR protocol, being a node runner. And we can give them support in firstly giving technical support, also giving staking support. That staking is a way in how we support many of the corporates that are joining the enterprise and the professional node operators program that we have. And these companies will support also the new ecosystem in a way that they can becoming part of all the efforts that we're organizing on different parts of the world. So NIR protocol, well, NIR Foundation team and many of the people that work there see, they also see an opportunity on this to start on this way. Being honest, I'm not sure that we can that at that point in the past we can envision that good impact that we were going to make on the long term on this program. But right now we're seeing good results around what we are having on the enterprise professionals and different programs that we have. So that's something that we are really proud of that. And right now we have more opportunity to be growing along that we are growing the number of validators that we have inside of the NIR protocol network. What means having more validators inside of the NIR protocol network? That we will have more distributed security inside of all the transactions that are happening inside of NIR protocol. This means more decentralization. This means more people getting involved in the ecosystem. And also it means that more people is interested to be part of this ecosystem at the time that we have wide variety of companies getting involved on the NIR protocol development. So following with our set of questions that we have also, I think that I will recover the last part of the conversation that we had with JJ. So it's talking about why being a node runner. And Benjamin, I want that you can continue this part of the conversation and mention why a company as Deutsche Telekom have this preference of being a node runner to become part of Web3 ecosystem such as NIR protocol, and probably you can talk us about the journey, the challenge, and what you have faced to be a node runner inside of NIR.
Node runner took us many, I would say years back in the beginning, because there were many hurdles, like let's say legal, let's say tax. We are not able to hold tokens in self-custody. So much things which you have to take care of. Talking about account, do you act with tokens? How can you transfer? That's a huge struggle, and I can tell you one insider story from back in the days. I think it was 2020, 2021. When we were running our first Chainlink oracles, we needed ETH to funnel our node so we can send data to the chain. And one day we were running out of gas on ETH, and we had to buy more than 100K to funnel our transactions. So how do you explain your accounting? Hey, today we need more than 100K in ETH so we can continue our node. So there are a lot of aspects which you need to think about if you want to run this business in the long term. We are a corporate, right? We are not thinking in today or like tomorrow. We are thinking in the future. How can we run and sustain this in a long way? And it takes a lot of things in consideration. Also, what kind of infrastructure are we running? So we are running our own infrastructure. It took us some months on how can we combine our open telecom cloud with running nodes. But now we figured it out. So many aspects. But now we are really happy that we made it. And you mentioned getting support from partners like Metapool. I think you guys did an awesome job here. Getting partners on stage, get them together. Like a couple of weeks back, we've been on stage together in Dubai, and it was great. Connect also to Mohammed from STC, and this is what Web3 is about, right? It's not about building island solutions. We need to build here together. We need to get together. We need to be on stage, and we need to learn from each other, even if it takes us a bit more time than startups. But I think I can speak of everyone. We are pretty happy to be early here in this space, and to build our operations on a daily basis, even if it takes some more time to prepare and to run our nodes. But we have a lot of hurdles, I can say.
And hearing you, I remember a couple of years ago with in a team where I was working, somebody mentioned that Web3 is like a big green field, similar to discovering Americas again. So you can take a part of the field and say, hey, this is my part, and I can start working on this, and I see this couple of opportunities, and I see that somebody in a side can be working on something else in parallel, and we can start somehow collaborating because this is a giant field where we can be working. This also remembered to me what the Ethereum ecosystem mentions, that this is the infinite garden where anyone can work. So I think that we're going on a good path to make that possible. I'm excited to see how the future can look like, but I think right now at least we have a vision on what we want this to be. So fantastic to hear this same point of view from you, Benjamin. So David, the same question: why becoming a node runner? What this means to PairPoint to be a node runner, and how is the journey looking? What are the challenges, and what you can tell us of being a node runner on an ecosystem like NIR protocol ecosystem?
Yeah, so I think Benjamin summed it up really accurately, right? So we're not used to dealing in crypto. We're not used to buying gas. We're not used to to doing this. What we are used to doing is running big critical infrastructure with massive processes around it and a lot of cost. So sometimes the two things, from the way that telcos run critical infrastructure to running nodes aren't that compatible. So some changes were needed. But from our point of view, I think that it's been very positive. So we operate our wallets now. We understand exchanging tokens. We understand the gas process. We understand even the treasury process that could be built from this. And we, more importantly, understand how to run the nodes. And as Benjamin is saying, we're now at the stage where we're starting to put some of our own infrastructure and our own know-how and way of doing things into it, which I think is important. What this symbolizes isn't us being a node holder and NEAR being the blockchain. What this is essentially combining cellular telco technology and infrastructure with blockchain infrastructure, right? As I said, that is the big thing here, and this is just the beginning. I expect as we go forwards that blockchains like NEAR at layer 1, will be more and more integrated into the things we do and the products that we're selling, especially in the business side. So it's important that we start. It's important that we mix the infrastructures, as Benjamin was saying, and we learn from this. I expect it to get a lot easier, right? I think account abstraction is making things easier. I think the UI UX is getting easier, I think gas fees and dealing with crypto in terms of the regulatory environment is getting easier. So what that will do is mean that more companies like us will be a part of it. But the question then is, what do we do with it, right? As we said before, this is the first step, and if it was the only step, we wouldn't be interested as Vodafone, Fairpoint, right? And what we're interested in is taking the first step, laying this foundation where we become part of your network. Hopefully, you become part of our network, and we can explore what we can do when you combine a layer 1 blockchain with cellular technology, and that's what we're excited about, right? When you look at NEAR, you're about connecting AI agents, right? Connecting people to AI agents. We're about connecting devices to each other, to services and to AI. So there's a lot of similarities in what we're doing. Of course, everything needs to be connected more and more now. AI robots will be connected. AI agents need to be connected. People need to be connected. Businesses need to be connected. Cars need to be. You go on. Nothing works without being connected now, and nothing works. And AI doesn't work without the data that's generated. So there's massive scope for synergies, massive scope for potential collaboration going forwards, and that's what is really exciting. And I'd expect, Benjamin, you'd probably say the same thing, right?
Well, and that last part of the conversation also recovered part of my next question. I think that AI is something that we cannot ignore at this point of the technology world, and I mean, you all and also us, we all are looking how to integrate AI, but I think there is still people outside, let's call it that way, that they are not looking on the opportunity that they have on AI and probably looking for the products that will develop AI. So we are in the middle, building the bridges among AI, blockchain, and the people that wants the value to be delivered to them. So, and I mentioned this because I see many comments from people that is joining this stream. I want to mention some of them are part of our ambassadors team, but also I see community members from NIR Protocol. So welcome you all. I saw Nikolai, I saw Fran, I saw Luis, Francisco, Pisces. Many of these people came from all parts of the world. So welcome you all. And I think this is like, we're going to the hype of the moment. And I want to go in on the next question. So, Benjamin, have you explored at Deutsche Telekom the opportunities around AI and protocols for integrating on your products? What can you tell us about this kind of exploration that you have done, and what are like your next steps on integrating AI and blockchain?
Yeah, I mean, I cannot get into any deep details since they are really like secured and protected. But what I can tell you that, yeah, as I mentioned before, we have an AI first approach, but today there's like a huge difficulty in having AI agents talking in a secured way, like having a system how AI each other. And one aspect which is getting added here is how do we transfer value here? So if I have an AI agent who is securing my, let's say, my ticket, if I want to go somewhere, how can I make in a secure way the transaction possible also with other ecosystems without getting into like problems with different currencies and stuff? I think there's a huge value in bringing agents together, LLMs, and having a way of how can I transfer value here? How can I pay for services? Like an AI agent is like a person which can work for me. So how can I pay for those services? I think this is something where we are having a closer look. But as I mentioned, I cannot get into details here. We made our first step. We are seeing what the community is building, and we are evaluating how can we combine this with our. One example is having our like a business GPT, so some form of privacy enabling. NIR is also huge on the privacy sector here, so I think there's a lot of value, for collaboration here.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that also I will rephrase this comment, JJ. How do you envision this future about AI and blockchain? So, what do you think? What is your point of view? How this will roll on the coming years?
Yeah, we are very involved in a self-sovereign identity, and for me, all things and all people and all enterprises need self-sovereign identity. IoTs need self-sovereign identity to connect to these new infrastructures, new Web3. People need self-sovereign identity, and enterprises need self-sovereign identity. And for me, the agents need self-sovereign identity, and put these AI agents with digital identity and connected to a Web3 world, accessing fungible tokens, non-fungible tokens, and create this machine-to-machine economy is very interesting, because it's like put a soul in these IoT devices connected with artificial intelligence or GenAI intelligent or agentic scenarios, and it's very, very interesting work. We need a lot of securities, a lot of barriers for that agents, because the interaction of these agents with other agents, and what the agent pays with crypto to other agents to get some value and create new markets and create new scenarios. It's amazing. For me, it's a very interesting scenarios, and put companies supporting that new customer machines, that new machine-to-machine economy. It's a new channels, new markets, new scenarios, and we need to prepare for that scenarios. And for me, that's the amazing mixture, using AI agentics with Web3 technologies, and using self-sovereign identity for ensure that agents works in that things, or make that activities, and it's cryptographically proved. And it's very, very interesting security around these new scenarios in all sectors and all economies.
Awesome. Thanks, JJ. And I will continue this conversation. Uh, First of all, saying that as well as us, as Metapool, along with New Foundation, support each one of these organizations. Also, these organizations have an inverse compromise to support and being part of the new ecosystem. And I think that this is a win-win for all of us because at the same time, more people at the new ecosystem is knowing about what are making these corporates for NIL protocol, and also people can get introduced to this corporate so they can make deals, networking, or any other kind of relationship that they want to establish with these teams. So David, I want to ask you: do you want to comment? Do you want to comment more about what are you doing right now for the new ecosystem? What is like your current? You have tasks on marketing, community. How are the things going on that side? So more people that are participating on the new ecosystem can know about that.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I just go to the AI question. I just wanted to go back to this. So important.
Go ahead.
That's the why near. So we're moving towards the AI economy, right? Everything is AI. I was in San Francisco 2 months ago. Everything's AI. I was in New York last week. Everything's AI. Dubai's the same thing. Europe's the same thing. So we're moving towards an AI economy, and it's twofold, right? One is the physical AI economy, and this is we're expecting 1.3 billion AI robots to be in operation by 2035. And the other one is the digital, right, where you have AI agents online. And to an extent, there'll be digital twins of the physical robots online, etc. Right? Now, as I was saying before, from a telecoms point of view, all of these things need to be connected. The data from all of these things is what will feed the large language models. And a lot of what we're looking to do with protocols like NIR is help us to sort of make the market, right? So help us to securely transition data from devices and agents, helping us to authenticate agents and write the necessary metadata. And these are some of the use cases that we'll be looking to explore in this field. In terms of the community and how we can build it, I think, there's been a lot of publicity announcements about sort of validating nodes, etc. But I think the key thing is once we start building applications and solutions, this is what will have the impact. Big telecoms, Vodafone. I think we've got 21 operating companies around the globe, 27 partner markets. And they're not all the same. So different countries will have different requirements. Different businesses and customers will have different requirements. We can really drive announcements and publicities and growing the ecosystem where we build something. So if that something is in automotive, or if it's in manufacturing, or then that will allow us, or if it's in a certain geography, that will allow us to really support with the community building in that area. But I think for now the first step is great. We want to do more, and we want to we want to do more with our infrastructure as well, right? With the telco infrastructure. So I expect more announcements on that side as we go forwards. As Benjamin was saying, we were all in Dubai, I think last month or the month before. It's great to be here a few months later. And I think this is important, right? Where you get companies like NTT, DT, Vodafone, PairPoint coming together to discuss what we're doing. We can also bounce ideas off each other. We can also learn from each other. And I think this will generate a lot of community impact and flywheel as well.
Okay, thank you, David. Benjamin, same ask. How are the efforts going around the community inside of NIL protocol, and what is like your current journey going on that side?
Yes, we are learning on more and getting into events. Like next week, we're hosting our Telecom and Friends, where NIR is also part of. but we also see like a lot of value in hackathons. So we could think of like events in the future where we invite the community and let's build together. Let's start here. Let's give some grants, of course, but what can we build for our future, for our clients, and the community be part of it? I think this is first technologies where we can, and this is really cool to see and be creative in solution thinking. I mean, it's always very interesting in how can we combine this with our technology, with our privacy. But yeah, we are looking forward for more events and also for actions like this live stream on YouTube or on X, more formats. And yeah, I think there are a lot of possibilities. And yeah, it's important to get together and to learn how can we collaborate and look forward and what do we need. So what is the biggest need? I mean, we don't have to use agents for everything on our life, but there are many cool areas we can think together. How can those agents make our lives easier? And then have the community with us to learn what do you need as our customer and what would help you to make your life better, right?
Okay, thank you, Benjamin. And JJ, how is the involvement with the community and the events going on the side of NTT Data?
Yeah, 3 weeks ago, we realized a big hackathon here with Metapool here in Lima, Peru. 90 participants, amazing, all the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, with 20 projects, very interesting projects. And for me, it's amazing. We have a big Web3 community in Peru. And it's important. We learn all the days with new things around Web3, and it's important to share that knowledge with our clients and with our innovation ecosystem here in Peru. And that hackathon for us, it's amazing. And for example, today we have 4 hours with the first and second place to put some coaching and mentoring around the project to try to escalate that project initially developed in the hackathon, and if it's possible, put that project in our pipeline to show that capabilities to our clients. And for us, it's very important to try to understand all the Web3 ecosystem here in Peru and in Latin America, try to understand what is the most important startups in the Web3 ecosystem. And we are a pipeline for that startups to show that startups to our clients. And it's very important because that community, it's for me, the Web3 community, it's incredible community with a lot of energy and a lot of good vibe.
Thank you, JJ. And I think that we are coming to the last part of this conversation. It's been a fantastic conversation. I don't know what you think about this, but I think we have good comments and more from the people that we are hearing these kind of comments, so we can have many ideas of what is coming in the close future for Web3. So yeah, the people is here the backstage is sharing some comments that we have from the audience. As mentioned by JJ, here is posted the link to the NTT Data Hackathon, but we have comments from the audience that mentioned sharing knowledge and experience is a good point. Sibja mentioned AI should be easy to build with agent to help us rate program, rate speakers. Integration is the way, and the challenge of incorporating AI. So thank you for all the comments, and we are being part. We are right now. We are in the last part of this conversation. There are many things that probably we haven't discussed yet, but surely we will do it on the next edition of IT Titans that we have. there are things that are happening right now on Metapool and NIR protocol. We have, for example, House of Stake, that is the new governance that is being part of NIR protocol. So I hope that all of you can be also, and I mean, all of you, David, Benjamin, JJ, can get somehow involved on the governance that is happening right now on NIR. We have also changed about the security and infrastructure that we have on the NIR protocol network. We have new announcements coming on the next weeks about the new Node Runners program that we will be opening. We have Node Studio, that is a new tooling. We have many things. So I think 1 hour is not enough and wasn't enough to discuss about everything at this point. But for a last comment, I want to ask you what we missed to say on this stream. And so probably we can start with David in a last statement, what we missed to say on this stream for our audience.
No, I think, you know, if you look at Web3, you know, and we look at blockchain, we look at layer ones, it's going to be great when we get to a point where we don't have to mention those things, right? Because I think that you know, the value will really be where people have solutions. You know, so they go to their car, an agent is automatically activated to show them the best route, or to monetize their journey, or to sell the data from whatever. And you know, you have you know, the car and the agent connected, and you have the data exchange secured via telco encryption to NIR, and NIR will then transact and ensure that this is private using their connectivity or their messaging to connect the agent. That type of thing, right? And I'm hoping that over, you know, the coming months and years that we start moving towards these solutions. I think what we've missed maybe from the discussion is the positive environment for crypto and blockchain regulation that's largely been led out of the US, but is very mature, you know, in the UAE and other markets. And I think this is absolutely critical to make the enterprise life easier to invest. So things like banks now being able to transact on a public blockchain, that was a major issue before because of the gas fees and sanctions. We're now starting to see some of these things lift. So I think that you know, the regulatory environment is going to lead to significant investment and uptake by enterprises in this area. And hopefully the work that we've done to date to start this with enterprises like DT, NTT, Vodafone, Peerpoint, you know, will be just the beginning. But I think that that's the, you know, that's probably the major thing. We covered AI, but regulation is the other thing.
Yeah, in fact, a good point. Surely we will look for recording on the next conversation. JJ, what we missed to say on this stream?
For the corporate audience, that people need to put their hands in the mass, or get their hands dirty, because it's very important. For me, put footprint with a big corporate in Web3 scenarios, it's for now it's extremely important. And for all of the other guys, for the university audience, or for the school people or young people, they need to know this type of technology, because it's an amazing enabler with a lot of power to the people and create amazing things. It's an open source. You don't need to ask permission for anything. You put your hands and work in your ideas, and that permissionless work, for me, it's amazing. And that new type of trust, because it's a new type of trust. Cryptography trust is not the usual trust. It's incredible, and you don't need to ask permission to create big innovations in the space. And for me, it's amazing. It's a big power for the people and for the corporates, of course.
Excellent. So for last but not least, Benjamin, what we missed to say on this stream?
I think we had a very holistic discussion today. I can fully support what JJ and David mentioned so far. And yeah, I hope in the future we are talking less. I do not mean this stream, but less in general, talking about blockchain. What is blockchain? We do not need to explain it. At the end, our customer is using products, and AI agents are part of it. And they are running on L1s, but our users, they don't need to know that it's running on chain. And then users don't need to spend any gas. It's super easy, account abstracted possible. And we just need to build, we just need to make life easier. And I can just give a shout out to the whole community. If you want to build, just jump into Discord, just try. I know there are testnets, you can try yourself. The hackathons, you can earn money. I think this is one of the most friendly communities I've met so far. So just jump straight into it and try to build and make our lives better, right? But I think it was a great discussion today. Thanks for everyone, and yeah.
Sure, it was. Okay. Thank you, sirs, for joining this stream. I know that your time is really appreciated and the time of all of us is. We cannot recover it, so I appreciate a lot that you spend your time with us, talking about your different point of view. I see that audience is also really excited about all the comments that we have around Web3 and the involvement that corporations have on it. So I hope to see you on the next time where we can discuss more points and also the advances that you had during your participation on the Enterprise Node Operators program that we run at Metapool. And no more than that, thank you very much for joining, and thank you to all the audience we have on Twitter. I think that we have almost 250 people viewing this stream. So really appreciate all the people is looking at us, and thank you for being part also of the Metapool ecosystem. So from my side, that's all. Thank you for your time, and see you soon.
Thank you very much, Alan.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Nice to meet you, David, Benjamin.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.